enjoy my life right now, and I know that that position as a general manager is kind of that's a thankless position, you know, in a lot of ways. I mean, if you know, so I've seen and worked with a number of really good and talented people who, you know, appear to have miserable lives when they're doing it. So,
Grant, what do you think about this freshman class that everybody's raved about? Do you see them having success in the NBA, when and if they make the jump?
yeah, no, I think so. You have a successful, talented, very deep freshman class, but also just draft class this year. You know, obviously a couple of them didn't fare well in the tournament in the first few rounds, but I don't think that changes anybody's opinions about them and what they can do. And the college game is a lot different than the NBA game. And so I think you can get a great player at 1, 2, or 3, but I think you can get a really good player, you know, 15 through 20. And so, and I can say that with more confidence, having sort of really kind of, you know, just covered college basketball and, you know, crammed for a test, preparing for it. So it's going to be exciting. You know, it's always, you know, it's always exciting when new players come in and just sort of, but also too, it takes being in the right situation, the right team, the right personality of the team, the right coaching style. There he is. And so, you know, there's a lot of factors I think that go into rookies coming in and having success right away. But there's definitely some really talented guys out there.
Hey Grant, when you watch the top college players, are you always thinking and projecting them as NBA players?
Yes. I mean, it's tough for me because I haven't done a lot of college basketball, but I'm always sort of looking through the lens as a pro player and the pro style of game. And so I think certain guys might do better in the pro game than in college because of the rules and so on. And so there's certain things, having been there and played, and that you can see in guys. You're like, okay, he has it. You know, he's got a certain feel for the game, or a certain skill set, or a certain mindset that is, I think, necessary to be successful. And there's a lot of guys. I mean, and I'll tell you, a lot of guys that weren't on my radar, you know, that I've watched, and I'm like, wow, their games will translate well at this level.
Going back up there Thursday, or are you done?
Yeah, I'll be there Thursday. Yeah. Finally, I've watched all these teams, so I got a sense now of, you know, what they do.
What was the appeal to you when you originally came to Orlando back in 2000? What appealed to you, whether it be just the city, the team itself, the opportunity to go back for a championship in comparison to your previous situation in Detroit? What was the main appeal for you?
I don't know if I can remember that far back. I think one of the things, I mean, obviously, I think Orlando made a lot of noise about being, you know, a team that had a lot of cap space and wanted to, you know, go after certain free agents. I think everything you mentioned, I think one of the things that really impressed me was when I played against the Magic that year. You know, those guys and the way they played, you know, was exciting. You know, I think it was called Hard and Hustle. You know, that was sort of their theme. But they played hard and they competed, and they weren't supposed to be good in theory, but they were. And so that to me was fun to sort of be in that kind of environment. Doc Rivers was a young coach, and you could see the potential there. And so there were a lot of factors, but you know, I honestly can't remember exactly. But I remember really liking the guys on the team. I felt like, you know, you sometimes have, you know, you have characters, and then you have guys with character. And I felt like that team had high character, and obviously it would have been great to have been, you know, healthy and been able to play with those guys, because, you know, T-Mac was emerging and was an unbelievable talent. I don't think anybody thought that he was as good as he showed. And then just the type of guys that were in that locker room, you know, they were sensational. And so, you know, it was, you know, obviously I wish could have, you know, played with them more frequently than it was a good chance. I mean, Tim, I think when he left here on his recruiting visit, I think he was in, and I think he, you know, I think great Coach Popovich and David Robinson, and I think even his then girlfriend, I guess. I mean, I think everybody kind of persuaded him to stay, but I think he was all in. So I don't do so much what if with that because, you know, I was still hurt. So I mean, he certainly would have made it, you know, a lot better. But I do play the what if game if I had been healthy, and I don't think about it often. But it's funny, my kids now, especially my 12-year-old, you know, when she started to sort of understand what I did and follow the game, you know, I was in Phoenix and I was a role player, and so she used to think I was a scrub. And, you know, every time we play, oh, you're playing Miami tonight, you're playing Cleveland, you got to guard LeBron, he's gonna kill you, Dad. Or, you know, you got to guard Ginobili, he's gonna kill you. You know, it was like I'd get no respect or love from my own daughter. And so every once in a while, she'll go on YouTube and she'll put up, you know, some highlight from, you know, maybe one season here in Orlando or my time in Detroit. And she'll be like, Dad, you were really good. Like you actually could play, you know. And so when she'll show it to me, and I'll look at it, and then you start thinking, man, if I hadn't gotten hurt, and man, T-Mac was so good, and this, that, and the other. But I don't think about it too much, to be honest.
What was it like getting back together with Doc last season in LA? And not to get back to this, but there's another guy that went right into coaching with no experience whatsoever.
Well, Doc and I weren't together. Yeah, no, because so there's another funny story. So last year, my body, I think I told you guys about 40 and my body just shut down. Okay, so this is when I knew, okay, I turned 40, we're in training camp, and then literally like a week later, my knee, third time in like less than a year, my right knee, I had a bone bruise, I was out for 3 months. So I come back last year in February or January, and I'm playing, I'm just like mentally like this year, it's it, I'm done. Like I can't play anymore, I don't want to play anymore, this is it. And all my teammates, and I still have another year on my contract. I still had another year next year, or this year, to play. And so I don't play the last 3 or 4 games of the regular season. Get into the playoffs, I'm not playing at all. We win the first 2, we lose games 3 and 4. Before game 5, Coach Del Negro says, I'm going to play you, so be ready. I'm going to put you on Zach Randolph. You know, you're our best defender. So I'm like, great, I'll guard him. So I go off for layup line, and you know, the Clipper layup line is like a slam dunk contest. So I get seduced into, you know, every once in a while I'll get out there and start dunking. So I'm taking off, I'm dunking, I'm feeling good. And so halftime comes, and you know, I'm sitting there in the locker room, and we're walking back out. You know, Willie Green, who was on the team, I'm talking to him. He's like, how do you feel? I'm like, man, my knee hurts. He said, your bad knee? I said, no, my other knee. He said, you didn't play. I said, I know. And so anyway, fast forward, I had a small surface tear in my meniscus. Didn't require surgery on my good knee. And so when you get hurt in layup line, you know it's time to hang it up. But it was funny when they fired Coach Del Negro, and they were asking me about potential candidates. I said, you know, he's under contract, but Doc would be great. And I remember thinking, man, I'd stay around maybe if Doc came. And I ended up retiring, and then like 3 weeks later, Doc was named coach. But anyway, but no, I'm happy for him, and he's got a great situation out